Thousands of law enforcement officers from all over the country are in Tacoma this morning to remember the 4 officers gunned down in Lakewood.
KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey is covering today's memorial. He joins us live by the phone. And Jeff, how are some of our local officers and patrolmen participating in today's memorial?
Well, some of the police officers from Spokane have already left their hotel here in Tacoma. They're on their way to McCord Air Force Base, and they'll be taking part in a procession that'll go from McCord through Lakewood and end up at the Tacoma Dome. Up to several thousand police and fire vehicles expected in that procession with the officers' remains. The other part of the officers who are here along with the sheriff's office, they're heading over to the Tacoma Dome as honor guard members, and they're not sure what their assignment is yet, but they'll get that at 7:30 this morning because they didn't know if they'd be folding flags or guarding caskets. They've been practicing all of those skills over the weekend, waiting to find out what their assignment is. Once they get tasked with that, they'll begin practicing early this morning for whatever that is, and then stay at the Tacoma Dome until the service begins at about 1 o'clock. Pierce County rolling out the welcome mat for officers from as far away as Australia for this event. The hotel the officers stayed in last night here, the La Quinta, comped 50 first officers in the door, wanted to make sure that they felt welcome and didn't have to put up with any undue hardship. There's another 60 police officers who left Spokane about 5:30 this morning. They're off duty on their own time. They are also attending the memorial service. That's how important this service is to local law enforcement. Mike Kalai.
Well, this is interesting because, as you mentioned, there's law enforcement from all over the area headed to Pierce County, but at this point they don't exactly know what they're doing. How are they able to organize all of this?
Well, somebody here in Pierce County has got a very full plate, and that's why the assignments for what the honor guard will be doing is not coming out until this morning, but it's such an important event to these officers and these sheriff's deputies. They feel like their institution of law enforcement is under attack, and they wanted to come here and show their support for these fellow officers. And they're also very interested in comforting these family members. Some of our state troopers actually have a job of guarding these families as they wake up this morning on this horrible day and make their way to the Tacoma Dome. That's all they're going to do today, is just be there for those families at their side every second to make sure that this day is as carefree as possible.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much for that report. We'll see you later on at 5.